smart viewers, welcome back to BNews TV Face to Face. And today we have special guest, Josh the Magician. So let's just go straight to Josh. So Josh, I'm sure all people know that this is Josh the Magic Man. And please share to us, how do you first start this?
So I started, I actually went to Las Vegas in America. I used to live in America. About 16 years ago I lived in America, and then I went to a magic show in the Monte Carlo in Las Vegas. And I really thought it was cool. What he was doing is making people appear, and things were disappearing, and people were getting cut in half. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then afterwards, there's a magic shop where I went and I bought my first trick, and then I brought it back. And then I showed it to my friends. I lived in Colorado, and they loved it. And so I was like, wow, this is really cool. So I just kept going. I just kept learning new tricks.
Okay, so I get it that you do this magic professionally.
Yeah.
And it's actually breaking the misconception that people think, oh, you're the magician. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Are you just doing this for fun or what? But we can see that Josh, the Magic Man, can do it professionally. So how do you do it? How do you learn it? How do you manage it? How do you make everything professionally, just like a business?
Yeah, and I think just so how I turned it into a business was I've got called to do a magic show, and they were like, yeah, we'll pay you. I was like, you'll pay me for this? I was like, yeah. So once I saw that I could make a profit out of this, I kept going. I kept getting better. I tried to learn more tricks, and I tried to create a show, develop a personality. That's where Josh the Magic Man came from. And then once it got going, I started getting more gigs, and eventually, next thing I knew, I was being booked every week, right? And so I think how anybody can turn this, I mean, anybody can do what I do is the way I see it. You just have to keep going, you have to practice, and then you have to sell yourself. Like, that's marketing, right? And like with any business.
What are the misconceptions that you experience? So I get it that you moved from America to here and you have to start all over again here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people here doesn't have that much exposure to this magic, especially magic industry.
Yeah.
How is your experience towards that?
So in America, magic is like at a wedding or at a birthday party. It's just as common as calling the DJ or a photographer, right? Here, I come here and I try to sell magic, and they're like, "Oh, you're the birthday clown." I was like, "No." So like that's the misconception, right? People think that magicians are just birthday party, on the side for fun. But I've developed a market in the foreigners, because I speak English, number one, and two, for adults as well, because adults, the adults that live here, they don't think that magic can be for adults until I make it. That's marketing, right? You create something that they don't know. So that's where I definitely developed into a business here, and really I'm trying to sell more into the foreigners market. And I know everybody speaks English now, so like that's what's great. It's something different. It's not just another Indonesian voice. It's why is that guy look Indonesian but he's speaking English, right? So
what are the challenges when you first come to Indonesia and try to establish your Josh the Magic Man? What are the challenges that you face?
I think it was that. It was trying to sell that I'm not a birthday clown. And also, there was the language barrier at first. I was not tapped into in the expat market here. I was still in the locals, and also magic. Actually, some people still thought, magic. They asked me, "Are you using black magic?" I'm like, "No, man. This isn't entertainment. It's just tricks. It's
purely
a puzzle.
You can learn it."
Yeah, exactly. And they, some people still, they're like, "Man, how did you do that?" And I think that's what's great. And so I try to have to balance it. I don't want to be the dark, like, mysterious type. I want to have fun with people.
So about making it as a business, like, how hard is it to penetrate Indonesian market? Who is your target market? And I see that you also established this as a business where you do your own branding. You have your stickers, you have the social media, like, you're doing this seriously, while other people, like we see a lot of them doing it as a hobby, while they don't realize that you can actually make money out of it, just like Josh the Magic Man.
Right. And I think that's what people should know, that like whatever they have a passion in, whatever they like to do, they can turn it not just a job into a career, right? Right now, this is my career field. Like I'm an entertainer, right? I'm not a magician. Magicians, they just do tricks, but I entertain as well. That's a different aspect. And so that's something that when I first came here, I had to establish, hey, when people call me, yeah, I do magic, but I'm not a magician, I'm an entertainer, even though I play off the Josh the Magic Man thing, right? So yeah, that's definitely something when I first got here, that was a challenge, but now I have a great, a lot of people in the expat market, they know me, and they keep calling me back every year. I've done this here 4 years now, so it's really great. My name's getting around, so.
What is the most important thing that you learn as a magic industry? What has you learned and that probably you can apply to your daily life or to your professional life?
Yeah, I think in magic, you have to think outside the box, right? You have to think something that seems impossible, there's always a way. There's always a way to do something. And I think you can apply that into daily life. Whenever there's challenges, like there's always a way to get something done, to make something happen.
Okay, so right now you're studying in Venus marketing, and is it hard to manage your time between having to show at the gig and then also having to study to fulfill your requirement as a student?
Yeah.
Like that.
So actually, what's great about what I do is I don't have to work 9 to 5 office job, right? I do, although when I do perform is during the weekends and during holidays. So when everybody's vacationing, I'm working as well. But it's great because studies are Monday through Friday, and it's just you just got to learn how to balance, right? Just like with anything in your life, you just have to manage your time wisely, and that's something I've had to learn, is to really allocate and prioritize.
Okay, so right now in business world, at least they say that you need to have a great team, but you're doing this alone.
Yeah.
Is it hard to do that alone, or it's really possible?
Yeah, I started alone, right? I started marketing alone, and I started selling myself, making calls and stuff like that. And that's where you just have to start, right? But eventually, I do now have 2 team members. One is my property guy who helps me set up my equipment, and I also have one that answers emails and takes phone calls. And so I do have some sort of a team. So but starting, you got to start somewhere. And I'm not owning a business, but it's just. Teamwork makes the dream work, is what I say.
Okay, teamwork makes the dream work, and probably we're gonna continue after this segment, and we're going to the commercial break right now. So we've heard a lot from Josh, and on the next segment we're gonna talk deeper about the magic, where I want you to change the conception about magic, that this magic you can make it into a business, into something that is profitable, just like Josh the Magician did it. And so stay tuned on Venus TV Face to Face, and we'll go to the next segment. Hello, smart viewers. Welcome back to Venus TV Face to Face, and we're still with Josh the Magic Man. So, Josh, I'm curious about the community of magician itself in Indonesia. Is there any?
Yeah, there's actually, when I first came here, I had to look around, right? Because I wanted to get to know who's doing magic here. There's some magic shops up north, Mangga Dua, they have a lot of magic stores there. And so I asked around, and they actually, up north, they do hold a lot of magic competitions. There's sometimes you'll see, kids participating, and you can enter for prizes, So there are a lot of communities. There's also a cardistry community, like, people like to, do juggling with cards, and I think it's really cool. So I think it's growing. It's still something new, and I think it'd be great to get a lot of the adults in it as well. That's somewhere we can definitely expand to, because, again, people still think magic is for kids, but once I start showing it to the adults are like, wow, this is entertaining as well. Because now, in the past decade, they've really commercialized it on TV internationally with David Blaine, Chris Angel. Like, you can see magic is not just on the stage or for birthday parties, but now you can see it on live.
They have their own TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and I'm also curious about your fellow magician. Having moved from America to here, I'm sure there's a lot of cultural differences. There are differences in work ethic.
Yeah.
How do you adapt to the work ethic in Indonesia? Do you have any problem with connecting with your fellow magician in Indonesia?
I don't think I have a problem. I've met some of them, and I think it's just different. I think just the mannerisms of a Western and Eastern culture is very different, and so I think that's where my style fits more with the foreign crowd. Like, my style is very in your face,
Such
direct.
as what? Such as what, for example?
So when I perform, sometimes I get a little rough. Like, I'm joking, and like I kind of tease them a bit.
Okay.
Whereas the local, they do tricks, and then ta-da. And I'm not like that, and so
more interaction.
Yeah, I'm very, very interactive. I think that's what makes me a little different than the other magicians. They're very more trick oriented, and I'm more very entertainment oriented.
So it's a two-way communication.
Yeah, exactly.
For your audience as well. And also, you learn in marketing in Venus University. How does it apply? The knowledge that you have learned in marketing, and how can you apply it to your business now in magic?
Yeah, so I've been there 3 years now, going into my 8th semester, almost done, right? And I've learned in the marketing major, and I've just, marketing is such a broad term, but a lot of the things that I've learned in terms of how to price a business or how to market, digitally, traditionally, you know, a lot of those things I've actually applied. How to design a website, you know, just the very basic things. And so so I've applied those things in how I market myself on social media and also on my website, right? And also even in negotiations and in coming up with deals and creating programs. You know, again, marketing is such a broad thing that I've just learned so many things that I can apply to many aspects of this magic thing as a business.
Okay. For people who doesn't know magic at first, I want to know your experience. When you teach them and then they finally find out the magic, have you ever experienced at least any people who said that this is such an easy trick? What are you doing like here? And then when we talked earlier, you said like it doesn't matter how you do it, it's a matter of the result.
Exactly.
How is it?
It's just like in communication. Communication is 20% what we say and 80% how we say it, our body language. And so that's almost the same thing as magic. 20% of an actual effect, an actual experience is just the trick. 80% is how you present it, because what I do is the same thing those people on TV do, and a lot of the younger kids can actually do more tricks than me, but it's not about doing more and more and more. It's not about doing how amazing your trick is. I can take something. Also, another thing that's very unique about me is I take regular things and I do magic with them. For example, I take your pen or your phone or money, right? A lot of people, they do tricks with boxes or contraptions, and we already know there's something in there, right? But I do a lot of tricks just with ordinary objects.
And you learn all of it by yourself. You read books, or do you have mentors, by the way?
I do have one that I still kind of keep in touch with, but from America. So he's part of the Mile High Magician Society. So it's another community in America. You know, a lot of magician communities there are very strong, and they like to help each other out, and they communicate with each other. And sometimes I get tips on, you know, how should I perform this, or what do I do in this situation? You know, so it's still, you know, I'm always ongoing, learning more and more, not just tricks, but how to perform and really create that an image, and so that's something that I continue to do even now after 11 years of doing this.
Can you probably share, because you said earlier that what should I do in a situation like this? Probably we can share it to the viewers, as in they can apply it as well to the real life.
Yeah.
Can you share it?
I think something that I've done, that I've had to do a lot, is in negotiating prices. Like whenever it's just like in any business, like, you know, whenever someone wants more services or less services, like, you know, we try to negotiate, you know, they want to get the best deal, and I have to meet them halfway. And so that's something I've had to learn, is how to just be smart in communicating and be kind and also ethical, and just really try to get the best deal for both people. And that's something that's really hard in Indonesian culture, because everybody's, you know, actually in the world, everybody's just trying to get as much money as possible, right? But I try to make it so that whatever you want, I try to fit it. So it's not just a one show for everybody. It's my shows are very tailored to individual performances.
Okay. Can you count how many tricks have you mastered so far? Thousands? 5,000?
No, absolutely not. No. See, I mean, tricks, again, in magic, there's only, just like in music, there's different genres of music. There's, you know, jazz, classical, rock, pop, and, you know, there's just so many genres. But in magic, there's almost the same thing. There's like card tricks. There's tricks with money. There's tricks with, there's levitation or cutting people. You know, illusion, stage illusion. So like, there's about, you know, between 10 to 15 categories of magic, and I think I'm very specialized on about 6 or 7 of them. You know, because you don't want to be able to play every type of music, because that's weird. You can't be a rock musician and play. I mean, you can be, but it's just like, what, right?
You have to keep your brain.
Right. So, and that's something that I've been able to, I guess, master.
Okay. And also by the trick development, you cannot always show the same tricks, of course. You have to innovate. How hard is it, considering that you work alone and you have to learn all of it by yourself? How do you innovate? We want to know.
Yeah, so that's something that the way I see it is, it's just like I explained to you the whole music metaphor. Just like musicians play with instruments, like I have the same instruments, right? I have cards, or my hands. My hands can be instruments. That sounds really cheesy, but like that's my kind of instruments, right? And just like musicians, they learn how to play the guitar, and then they make albums and more music. So that's kind of what I do. I have the same basic principles, but I change it up into different kinds of performances, or I apply it to different kinds of things. Instead of making a chair disappear, I'll make a table disappear, for example. So I'll either go bigger or go different.
And also, in magic world, do you have like sort of conference or conventions where people can come there and see the trends, the newest trends about the magic events, or probably magic world in specific countries, perhaps?
Yeah, there aren't any I know of in Indonesia, but I know in America, I know in Europe, there's a lot of magic conventions where they showcase new illusions, new presentations, and so yeah, definitely the magic community is very global and it's all over the world, and it's just something that I think would be cool here. Just like they have conventions at Jakarta Convention Center, I think we could have a magic convention, you know. So
okay, what do you think we can do to expose these talents of magic in magic industry to people, especially in Indonesia?
I think we've started with having the competitions in malls, right? And I think if people can just continue to encourage, if anybody is interested in learning, it's just like another hobby. It's just something that anybody can do if they just practice it. And I think as long as people know it's for everybody, it's not just nobody is magic, right? Nobody is has powers. It's just another talent that you can develop and be good at.
Okay, so on the next segment, we're going to show the viewers some of the magic tricks with Josh the Magician. So stay tuned with us on Venus TV Face to Face. Hello smart viewers, welcome back to Venus TV Face to Face, and right now Josh the Magic Man gonna show us some of the tricks, and he gonna show me a trick as well, right?
Yeah, Barry, come on, let's do
So
one.
let's do it.
Let's do this. So before the break, we had Barry pick a card and he signed it right there, right? Let's take a look at that. We got the 2 of diamonds with Barry's name on it, and then I had you sign a coin as well. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your card, I'm gonna put that in the middle, all right? Again, this is ordinary objects that we play with here. Lose your card in there. Make sure that's a hard coin. That's a normal coin. That's not anything crazy, right? And then we had, let's see, let's do this. Let's have this piece of tissue here. Is that okay? I'm going to wrap your coin in the piece of tissue. Bury your coin right there. Your card in the deck, right? Wrap like this. Okay. Are you ready for this? I'm going to place it here on top like this.
Okay.
Watch this.
This is fun.
This is fun, right?
Okay.
This is fun. I know. This is what's fun about my job.
Whoa!
Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on. What just happened? Here, hold everything like this. Oh my gosh. See, look, we just burned through half the cards like that. But wait a minute. We stopped. Look, this is the coin that you signed, right?
Yeah.
That's the one right there. That's a coin right there.
Yeah.
And what's the card that it stopped on? Here, take a look, Barry. Show everybody on the camera.
Oh, it's mine. It's mine. Yeah, it's mine. Oh, this is cool. Yeah.
Now, Barry, I told you I would teach you a trick, right? After I showed you one. So here's a thing that you can do with any object with a tissue. All right, let me show it to you first, okay? You take a tissue, ball it up, you put it in your hand like this. All right, it's here. Don't forget it. Here, okay? Yeah, you can do it with me.
Put it here.
Bole. Okay, like this. You throw it in this hand, you blow like that, and disappears, jumps to the other hand.
Okay. Okay, so first on the right hand. Right hand?
Right hand. Okay, put it in the other hand, and then blow, but then it jumps in the other hand. Oh, sorry. I have to tell you.
Yes.
You don't really put it in the other hand. See, you pretend to put it in the other hand.
Okay.
Right?
So
So
I pretend to put it in another hand.
Yeah. Yeah, just like that, Barry. See, if you're really good, you can do it really slow, right? Like this, right? Blow, and then it disappears like that, right? Oh, here, let me do it again. Let me do it again, Barry. This is fun right here. Not like this. This is watch. You have to blow, right? If you put it in there, you put it in there, right? And you blow. Go ahead.
Wait.
Barry, here, we'll do it with like all this right here, Barry. Look, all this. This is kind of hard. This is kind of hard to hide. Okay. Let's see if you can get it. Okay, watch. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's right there.
Yeah.
You see that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now blow like that. Oh, you got it. You got it. Barry. See, here's the thing. You always got to be aware, right? That's the thing with me. You're watching this hand, but you got to watch this hand as well. That's all for me.
It's really fun.
Cool, man.
How about one other trick with this?
Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
The
one
simple
more.
one. The simple one.
All right. Go ahead, pick any other one.
This one.
Show it to everybody again one more time. And put your name on it. Good?
10 hearts.
Put your name on it. Show the camera again. Barry's card. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I will take that. Don't you forget that is your card. All right? Remember that one. You put this one right here in the middle. Can you push that in for me all the way, please? Yep, and then snap like that.
It's in his mouth.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again, Barry. Like
Okay.
this, like this. We'll put it here. We'll put it here like this. I'll put it, you know what? How crazy would it be if I made it jump from here into your back pocket? Would that be pretty amazing?
Yes, that
you
would be
okay, so
amazing.
if I do this, did you feel it go into your back pocket?
No.
I'm totally joking. I can't do that, Barry. That'd be a really good trick, right? But look, it jumps to my back pocket right here, Barry. Look.
No.
That's not it?
That's not.
Wait,
that's
what
not, that's
about,
not, that's
what
not.
about this one? Is it this one? No, Barry, wait. Why do I have, look, I have all the cards here, but I only have one card right here, Barry.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's mine. It's mine. That's
it,
really
man.
amazing.
Or rather.
Okay, so having learned all of this, like, at first, how's the people reaction towards that? Like, the most amazing?
It's, again, the weirdest one they really thought I had powers. I'm like,
Really?
no, man, it's just a trick. And they were little kids, right? So they don't know any better. And they grew up with the ghost stories, the kuntil and the,
Yeah.
whatever, right? And I'm just like, no, man, it's a trick and it's just fun. So sometimes I don't even tell you, like, I'll let you leave it wondering.
And everyone can learn this.
Everyone can.
Everyone can learn this, and they can also do it professionally.
Exactly.
Just like you. And also, you learn this by yourself.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
I learned the basic tricks and then I make it up myself,
Okay. And probably for the viewers, before we wrap up the show, how can they find you? Probably have social media or Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, anything, if you Google @Josh the Magic Man, anything on there. I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can check out the website, www.joshthemagicman.com.
Josh the Magic Man. Okay, it's been really interesting. Thank you so much for having us today, and it was really cool. Mind blown.
His mind is blown. Barry, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And also, for our viewers, stay tuned on Venus TV Face to Face every Friday, 1:30 p.m. And make sure you check out Josh on www.joshthemagicman. And we'll see you again on the same time and show. And we'll have a bit of different concept. So make sure you stay tuned with us on Venus TV Face to Face, and you'll find out.